Okay, how's everyone doing? Okay, and I got an echo. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second here. It's just hot tea, guys. I promise. So, wow. What's up, Casey? Let me say hello to everybody real quick. Yeah, like literally Tolly. I feel like I have to say that name that way. If I'm going to say that name, I have to say it how you probably imagined it. Mimi J2, Veronica F, Rosaling, Jason, my man. How we doing? How we doing? Renee, hey. Oh, that's all good, Rosaling. That's all good. Yeah. So where do I start? Yeah, I titled this Gratitude for a reason. Not for the obvious reason, which is the acronym, which this name, it's the first letter of the acronym of what the glare is. But I feel like there's a few of you out there. And, you know, part of me wants to be like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't owe anybody shit. You know, it's just, it's how I am. But at the same time, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair because there are certain people who subscribe to this channel for a certain reason. And it's the reason that the only reason I actually want anyone to subscribe to this channel. And it's crazy how that comes full circle. Because I'll start by saying this. So, you know, obviously a few of you guys saw me get a little heated. And that's fine. You know, I did delete it because it's one of those things where you're just like, well, it's not exactly what I want to put out there as far as what this channel is about and what I tried to do with it. And I recently made a friend. Through YouTube. And I will go ahead and give him a shout out in a minute, but I met a friend through YouTube. He reached out to me and we got to talking. And it was a really nice conversation. It was a very organic conversation. And it might not have meant as much to him as it did to me, but at the time, it was something that I really felt like I needed. And it was really cool because it was somebody that I've never spoken to. It's somebody that I've listened to, but somebody that I've never actually spoken to. And I opened up to this guy like a, I mean, like a hooker's legs, man. I was completely and totally candid with this guy, and he was really cool about it. And like I said, it felt like a very, very natural, organic conversation. And it's one of those things that I really, really try real hard not to take for granted when that does happen. What's up, Veronica F? Thank you. Hey, that girl. It's definitely one of those things that I don't want to take for granted when something that cool happens. What's up, Brianna Beans? And I told myself quite a while ago that I was going to try to live my life by focusing more on the things that I am grateful for versus the things that I would generally bitch about, things that I would consider some sort of ailment or some sort of hindrance. So the last few days, I feel like, I don't want to say that I misused my channel. That's a strong word to use. That's an extremely strong word to use, because I won't use that. But I will say that it's not the image that I wanted to put out with this channel. And at least the display of irrationality that I had here on this channel, when quite clearly, right there, it says rationality. And the last thing I want to be is a hypocrite. And you know, brain of beans, that's a nice thought. That's a nice sentiment. Intent is everything. Just because we got off course doesn't mean we are on the right path. That's true. But intent is not, in my opinion, everything. There's got to be follow through. And there's definitely got to be follow through. And the fact is, even though I went off course a little bit, as you put it, there was still some follow through. Because here's the thing, is I don't take back one word that I said the entire time. Not one. See, there are two sides to the coin of accountability, right? And one side of that coin is having to live with the egg on your face when you show your ass, right? One side of accountability is that. But another side of accountability that's pretty dope is it allows me to do whatever the fuck I want without any regrets. The difference is what I choose to do moving forward. Now, that's not to say that that's to excuse shitty behavior. It's not. But here's the thing, like I said, the only thing I did, thinking about it, during this process of, another thing that I always tell myself not to do is sit there and feel sorry for myself. But during this process, as I was doing that, I was getting comments. I was getting emails. I was getting messages through Facebook. And 90% of them were positive. 90% of them were people basically giving me the compliments that I've always loved. And I got more of them in one time after this. So yeah, did I behave in an irrational fashion? Did I behave out of character for myself? Yeah, sure. But I never broke who I was the entire time. And people saw that. People appreciated it. And they expressed it to me. So I wanted to do this live stream tonight and express verbally my gratitude for every single person that did that. I got some negative comments too. And the truth is I got those negative comments in places, only in places, that I inserted myself. I didn't get those negative comments coming at me in my group. I didn't get those negative comments. Well, I got a couple. In the threads. I only had to delete like 2. But it was pretty amazing. Like, here I am feeling sorry for myself, and I'm getting all these great messages, and I'm kind of confused by it. And I realized, like, all I really did was be myself. You know, And was I emotional? Was I pissed? Yeah. There's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on the last few days, few weeks. It's been super tense. My friend Annie is going through shit right now. And all she did was try to help somebody. People are trying to discredit her. People are trying to hurt her. And it's ugly, man. And I see this way only because, as I've repeated over and over again, she did nothing outside of try to help someone. That's all that she was thinking about in the process of doing what she was doing. And I say now, as I said before, that I stand behind Annie 100%. And that's it. That's it when it comes to that. This case has made people behave in a very, very ugly fashion. And I simply let it get to me. But at no point did I go fighting for the wrong team. At no point did I do that. And you all saw that. You all noticed it. And I have more subscribers now than I ever have. And I want to welcome every new subscriber. And I want to express my gratitude for you subscribing. I was just in Mexi's live stream that he had Save Robbie on panel. And a girl that I don't know, her name is Nicole, but she was extremely insightful. And as a matter of fact, she was really nice. She was really insightful. They talked about the Watts documentary on Netflix. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drop her link at some point if I don't forget. But she was really, really insightful. And I'm really excited about what Mexi's been doing with his channel. There was a lot of people in his chat, and everybody was cool. Everybody was cool. And I've said this before. That to me is a reflection of a creator, of a good creator. The type of people who choose to follow a certain creator and their content is usually like a likeness to some degree to that creator. And I'm blessed with that too. And that's pretty dope, man, because I was just in that chat, and there was somebody that I did not recognize, and she immediately says something to the effect of, "Hey, Glare, I just discovered you, and I gotta tell you, I absolutely love everything that you're doing, and please keep doing what you're doing." And all the positive messages I got were something to that effect, telling me to keep it real. They love that I'm honest with you. They love that I don't sugarcoat anything, and that you're gonna get whatever it is, it's gonna be genuine. Now, I personally do not like being angry, so I will be trying to make it a habit and continue to try to make it a habit to practice rationality. But I've never felt the kind of support that I felt simply just because I lost my fucking temper. But the other side to that is, if you logged on and if you subscribed to this channel, hoping to get that on a regular basis, I am sorry, but I cannot oblige you, because this has never been, and it will never be, a drama channel. And that is not to say anything negative about the other drama channels. There are some drama channels out there that I don't really listen to, but I like the creators. I have a little bit of history with them, but I like the creators. Um, and actually, one or two of them left nice comments for me too. Maybe it's because they thought I was becoming a drama channel. I don't know, but I do not want any of you guys to be misled in any way whatsoever. That's not going to be a regular thing. Just because I got a lot of views on something, just because I got new subscribers on something, based on something like that, well, you know, again, I'm sorry. It's not something I like to be in the habit of, and I cannot oblige you. I cannot. I cannot. You're not going to get out of this channel what you're hoping to get. So, I want to apologize to you for that. But I'm grateful that you enjoyed it. You know, so man, and everybody's being super cool in this chat too. Shit, I thought I was going to get a bunch of trolls. But man, yeah, that it's really it's extremely humbling. It's extremely humbling when it and it's actually refreshing at the same time, because having gone through that and having put myself through that, I had to like practice everything. Like I had to apply everything in glare, man. I had to just put it out there, man, like as hard as I could. And I realized there was no damage done to me, you know, as far as what I did. There were no consequences. So all that turned out to be was just anxiety, unnecessary worry. And y'all know how I feel about that stuff, man. I don't like carrying that stuff around. Hey, Smiley Mama, welcome. Thank you. So yeah, it was really fun to like. I mean, it took a couple days. It took a conversation with somebody that I hope to continue having a friendship with, because I feel like we made friends. And that's the thing is the most important thing I learned, before I get back into that conversation. The most important thing that I learned from all that was that people don't judge you by something as mundane as you're probably judging yourself for more than anything. What I got judged for was the way that I've always conducted myself on my channel. I mean, that's just the way that is. And so people thought, you know what? If this is what he's doing, then, you know, there's probably a good reason behind it. And I never claimed to be perfect either, man. I never claimed to be perfect. But I don't like being a hypocrite. And again, I would give a friend advice because this works for me, right? But I never actually tell anybody this is what you need to be doing. At least I try not to. I don't think I do. But I do know that I realized that because I got a little hot about something that I probably had the right to be as hot about as I was. Because I got a little hot about something, I was only judged for the content that I'm always giving my faithful listeners that have been listening to me from the beginning. And that's at best a third of you that are subscribed right now. At best. So to you guys, thank you. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you for hanging out and kicking so much ass, especially my mods. So that's enough of that. I want to move on to this other thing that I really, really feel grateful for. I ended up speaking to the Dad Challenge podcast, Josh. And I had already listened to his channel a couple of times. I was introduced to him because I know that Annie from 10 to Life had done a live stream with him. He has some strong opinions about the Sophie situation, and he's been vocal about those. And I have to agree that I think that he's been handling putting out any type of insight regarding this in such a classy manner. And I really, really respect him as a creator. And he's got a really good vibe in his chat. And having spoken to him that first time, and hopefully not the last time, I had a blast. I felt really, really comfortable speaking to him. And I'm not that kind of guy. I don't feel very comfortable speaking to everyone. You have to have a certain disposition about you. And I like to pick up on vibes on people and whether or not they're good people. It's the same feeling I got with Annie. And most of the people that I consider myself friends with. Kind of vibe I get from Save Robbie, for instance, for those of you who know. And definitely also the kind of vibe I get from Mexi. Mexi was on this channel just the other day. Just called in just to tell me, how much he enjoyed the channel, which was really, really cool. And he was really, really, yeah. So all it took for me to not even be remotely concerned with feeling so overwhelmed with everything. All it took was just to kind of count my blessings a little bit, count the things that I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful to be able to have the self-respect to be able to look back and say that I honestly did not compromise the integrity of this channel. So, so when I look at the nasty comments that I got, I mean, it's so funny, dude. They cut deep, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like anybody else, man. When people hit you with some truth that you wish wasn't out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get too deep into that. The fact that there is truth to these personal issues that I've had. The only reason I don't want to get into that is because I don't want to embarrass the other parties involved. I don't want to. I honestly, if there were no other parties involved in that, such as family that I love, I would be full disclosure here. I would be absolutely full disclosure here as to every single detail. But I'm sorry. I can't do that for you. You know what I mean? My personal life is my personal life. And there are things about it that I'm not proud of, and there's things about it that I am very proud of. And I take accountability for all the things that I'm not proud of. And I don't really give a fuck whether or not you believe me. I mean, I was just telling somebody, I say this all the time. I was just telling somebody, you know, my mods, they're really cool about sending me, you know, texts telling me what's going on, people mentioning me, right? You know, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong, mods, you do that. I like to get a laugh out of those things. And if it's of concern, sure, I like to know about it. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that it's silly to be upset over. And again, man, I've said it before. What other people feel about me, it's none of my business. It's absolutely none of my business. That's you. You got all that to carry around. I don't have to carry that around. I don't have to carry that on how you feel about me. Who the fuck are you? Why am I burdened with that? Because I would burden myself with it. That's it. And again, I'm sorry, that is something that I cannot oblige you with. So what we do is we move on. And pretty soon, again, I you know, things got a little wild. Things are a little crazy. Things are going crazy right now. As we speak, there are things going on that I'm just like, ah. But at the same time, you know, I promised you guys Joel Michael Guy Jr. I promised you guys some coverage of that. And there have been 3 trial dates that have taken place already, and I have not covered them. So, and part of the reason is I don't like making excuses, but the truth is, I mean, I did say it, and it's anything that I say is going to be an excuse, and I apologize. But, you know, I work and I work out, and my shift doesn't start till 2 in the afternoon. And this thing, it's like if I wake up and start covering this thing while it's going on, it's to me that's like waking up at like 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not doing that. But what I will do, I just didn't think it through, and I apologize. But what I will do, what I will end up doing is I'm going to catch up on these dates. It's only 3 trial dates. I'm going to catch up on them, and then I will cover them in the evening. So yeah. So let's change the subject a little bit. I mean, I'm only been on here 30 minutes. I already said what I came on here to say pretty much, but let's let's talk about let's get a little political. You guys want to get ballsy? Get a little political. I know it's a big no-no on YouTube unless you're a political channel, right? Anybody want to do that? Because you know what's funny is for the first time after that shit show last night, for the first time, I'm seeing a lot more people on both sides much closer together. People are starting. Today at work was weird. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. So today at work was weird because there was definitely folks. There's definitely folks that we just didn't talk about this stuff, you know. But last night I just finished my workout and we were all crowded in front of the TV in the lobby, right? And and I'm gonna tell you, every meme that I've seen has been spot on. And they're coming from both sides, right? They're coming from both sides. I mean, these were 2 men that are fighting to be the leaders, the sole leaders of the free world. And they're telling everybody to shut up. They're telling each other to shut up. They're calling each other stupid. I mean, it was, dude, it was like being, you know what it was like? You know what it was like for me, dude? It was like being the type of person that used to fight with everybody all the time, and I'm working as fucking hard as I have to like not be the kind of person to fight with people as much as I can, and then seeing people that the last people that should be fighting the way that I'm trying not to be. Uh, it was the most ridiculous dumpster fire I have ever seen, dude. And I mean, first of all, what's really fucked up is it was exactly what I expected to happen. It is exactly what I expected to happen. Like almost verbatim. Like I didn't know what words were going to be said, but I knew what the vibe was going to be. I knew who was going to be this way with the other. And I was just hoping that I'd be wrong. I was just hoping that I'd be wrong. And I think the most common word that was used to describe this debate was embarrassing. And I cannot think of another term to describe that. Yeah, I'm telling you, the memes are fantastic, dude. So yeah, I knew they were gonna do this. I knew it was gonna be like this. But you know what's also funny is like I said, I was hoping that it wouldn't, but there was one thing that happened that I didn't think would happen. And that's the elephant in the room right now, guys. You all know what I'm talking about. You all know what our orange president did. And I don't like taking cheap shots at the man's tan. Whatever. That's how he likes to look. That's how he likes to look. Whatever. I just did. Sorry about that. But look, man. That dude was asked a very simple question. A very simple question. And it's the kind of question that unless you are 150% a total shitbag, your answer, without hesitation in the slightest bit, should be, yes, absolutely. I absolutely denounce white supremacy. My man dodged the question. He dodged it. And then he did something that I thought was, I couldn't believe my ears. Like, I seriously could not believe my ears. He straight up said, okay, listen, I know there's Trump supporters in my chat. I've even defended Trump in this channel. Mind you, don't think I haven't forgotten that. But I am of the opinion, I am of the strong, powerful opinion of that, and I stand behind everything that I'm saying right now. I'm telling you. I know what he said before, but the fact of the matter is, he was asked this in front of the entire world. To me, that has an impact. How you answer that question in the serious of the platform that it was. This was the first debate for the presidency of the United States in 2020. If there is a place on the planet where you are supposed to answer that question with, yes, absolutely, I denounce white supremacy, it is during a debate for the presidency of the United States of America or any country. Look. Here's what really gets me is not only did he hesitate answering the question, right? Not only did he hesitate answering the question, then he says the words Proud Boys to describe white supremacists. Wallace didn't do it. Biden didn't do it. Only Trump did it. Only Trump did it. And what gets me the most, what really, really just twisted my stomach was what he said when he addressed these Proud Boys. He said, stand down and stand by. Proud Boys, stand down and stand by. Now, those words were literally the only display of leadership I saw from this man during that entire debate. It sounded like he was gearing up an army. Sounded like he was taking leadership of this army. That's what he made them sound like. That's what he made himself sound like. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I heard it with my own ears, dude. I heard it with my own ears. It's not fake news, Lufa. Not if I heard it live on worldwide television. I heard it live on worldwide television. I heard it happen. Those were his words. They weren't anybody else's. Nobody twisted anything he said. Now, could it be misunderstood? Could it be misunderstood? Yeah. I mean, sure. Could I be blowing it up? Maybe. I don't think I am. I mean, but here's the thing. This is the President of the United States of America. This isn't just some jackass. We should expect better from the President of the United States of America. He owes us to choose his words more carefully. If he didn't mean that, he should have been more conscious of his choice of words. He has a responsibility of leadership, and he failed to show leadership to the entire country by making that statement and refusing to make another one. Is it so ridiculous to have that standard for the leader of the free world based on the history that we've had for presidents? Presidents with class, presidents with dignity, presidents who some have even had some level of majesty to them. When did our standards get low? So that girl, I am in complete agreement with you, because Biden can't fucking talk. Biden can't even think. Yeah. Those two were the biggest pair of clowns that I ever seen on a podium debating for the presidency of the United States. And that's for everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. That was a shit show. And it was an embarrassment. And yes, the way Biden spoke, he also failed to meet that standard. He failed to meet that standard. I mean, that's just the truth. So I'm voting Libertarian. That's what I'm doing. I'm voting Libertarian. And even though I'm nobody, I don't think it matters. But I'm out here endorsing Joe Jorgensen, man. I'm here to tell you. Because right now, third party, in my opinion, is exactly what this country needs. I'll take an independent, whatever. But we're better than this, man. The people of the United States are better than that. And we deserve leaders that represent us in an appropriate manner, that represent us in a likeness. No, TCH, I'm agreeing with you. Here's what's funny. Everybody's going to sit here. This is the same shit that, listen, I don't want you guys in my chat thinking that this is the same shit about, where it comes to the Sophie thing, okay? For some reason, I explain exactly that I am only on Sophie's side, that I've only spoken out in defense of Sophie and Annie. But somehow or another, I get comments of people telling me that I'm pro Michael and I'm on his side and I'm on his payroll, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I've had a very, very, very short text conversation with that guy, directly with him. And guess what I told him in that text? I won't go into it word for word, but basically the same thing I tell you guys. I want everybody, no matter what's going on here, which is none of my business, but I want everybody to end up doing the right thing when it comes to Sophie. That's it. I don't know why that's so hard. I don't know why there's this whole war between people, blah, 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 I mean, the courts are involved and the courts are going to make decisions, and the courts are making decisions right now. And they're not for you to have any say over. So I don't know what the fuck you're freaking out about it. All I care about is that Sophie is protected by our system. That system is designed to protect children when their parents fail them. So I don't know why everybody's jumping down my throat like I'm taking one side against the other. I don't give a fuck about their personal lives, dude. But if a little girl is being sexually assaulted and she's not being helped, I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. So don't think, just because I'm not for one guy, I'm for the other. That's that limited thinking that I can't even relate to. But I feel like it's okay for me as an American. You know what? It's okay for you as an American to not have the same standard. I'm not saying I got a problem with you voting for either one of them. At no point did I sit here and tell you who I think you should vote for. And I will not do that. I will never, ever do that. So I'm sitting here telling you that's where I'm at. And that's what I'm going to do. Y'all can do what you want. I won't think any less of one person, no matter who they tell me who they're going to vote for. I will not think one less, one tiny bit iota less of them at all. No, man. See, that's the thing. That's why I like the idea of being a libertarian, dude. Being a libertarian means I don't give a fuck what you do as long as you don't give a fuck what I'm doing. That's what it's all about. Freedom, liberty, independence. It's great. It's great. Big fan of that shit. That's what America's supposed to be. That's what America's all about. That would make me a hypocrite if I'm sitting here telling you who you should vote for and make you feel less of yourselves for it. I'm stating nothing more than I saw something a certain way last night, and this is how I'm going to choose to allow it to affect my life. Now, guys in the chat, don't fight. I mean, this is why people shouldn't talk about politics on these channels, but don't fight with each other, right? Like, you know, right. Yeah, Renee, I agree with you there, man. But the thing is here I am. I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I spoke out on it and I said, that's something that I'm just not okay with. If the system fails this child, right? The system is currently working to help the child. Period. The system has to investigate. It takes time. We follow true crime cases, people. Why would family court be any different? Especially when there's a criminal accusation involved. There is processes, there is hearings, there is space between these court hearings. So people getting like crazy with each other, man. You know? Apparently I threatened somebody today, right? And all I was doing was extending an olive branch. This person was telling me to fuck off. And so apparently there was this creator, and it's not even a creator. Somebody, from what I understand, own or is an admin for some Facebook group involving Sophie, right? Apparently they're on Kelly's side or whatever, right? So she gets a hold of the court documents, right? 1,200 pages of court documents. These 1,200 pages of court documents contain medical records, Sophie's medical records. And this girl went on YouTube last night and read for 4 hours these documents, including Sophie's medical records. I had my mods messaging me saying, you won't fucking believe what is going on right now. And I'm going, what do you mean? Right? and she tells me, and I leave comments, and I'm going, yo, you should take this down. Now I realize things might sound different, in a text. And I did say it was disgusting. I did say that. But I think that's the most nasty I got. But I was like, you should take this down. And I even warned her. And I said, dude, there are people that are fanatical about this case. You know, like what you're doing is fucked up. You know, and there are people that are on whatever side and they are fanatical. I mean, people are fucking writing songs and shit. Dude, it's out of control, right? And I'm like, dude, you do something like that, you know, it's gonna be bad for you, dude, you know. And I said, I'm just warning you. And then, you know, oh, I guess it seems he's resorted to threatening now. Man, I've never threatened anybody in my life, and I'm not gonna do shit. The thing is I don't have any stake in any of this. And the fact is, as much as I want to protect Sophie, I'm a realist and I understand that it's not my job to protect Sophie, that Sophie has people that we have to count on to protect her. Hold on, I got to take this comment out because I don't want it. This is, both of them suck is still about, it's still about Biden and Trump. That has nothing to do with Kelly or Michael or anything like that. So I just realized that might be construed that way. Let me take that off. All right, sorry about that. But it's not my job to protect Sophie, you know, as much as I want to and as much as I try to do on here by trying to, you know, talk rational sense into people. No, I don't think it's okay to call a 9-year-old girl a liar when you have nothing to substantiate that, especially with what she's saying. I mean, you know, you never do, you don't do that to any rape victim. You know, that's crazy. Just all of a sudden, just shout liar at him. You can't do that. Hey, guys with the, come on. There's no need to be arguing about politics in the chat. I promise you, no result that you're hoping for is going to come from it. Anybody who's doing it. So it's senseless to even do it. Just stop talking about it. I'm sorry that I even brought it up if it's going to cause a problem, especially among some of my favorite listeners, man. Seriously. Let's get over this. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that everybody is getting really, really emotionally involved. Everybody's getting really emotionally involved over an issue that's a family issue, a personal family issue that doesn't involve anybody here. Was there sexual assault that took place? Yes, but that doesn't necessarily make it our business. It makes it our business generally to try and make sure that something is done. But at the same time, again, this child has people in the system already representing her, already looking into these things. It does her no good to start boosting the dad up or boosting the mom up. It doesn't do anything good for the child. See, man, you got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't need those kind of hateful bullshit comments in here, man. I don't need that shit. You're not gonna sit here and fucking and say these hurtful things about a 9-year-old girl like you're talking about somebody who murdered somebody in a true crime case. What the fuck is wrong with you? What in the fuck is wrong with somebody who does that? I don't understand that. I agree with you, Adventure in her shoes. I agree with her. And that's the thing. It's a very emotional thing. I got emotional. I don't like people fucking with kids. Makes me mad. It makes me mad. People fucking with kids makes me mad. Plain and simple. I don't know how to sugarcoat that shit. I already got rid of her, JoJo. Yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy to me, man. That's insane to me that it's gotten to the point where parents are attacking a child online. I mean, oh no, this person's comment's okay. The one that I got highlighted, that's all right. I mean, oh God, come on, man. With the God, please. Listen, I'm gonna start removing. Do I gotta moderate my own chat and start removing political comments? We've moved on from that subject, people. I realize it's intense times, man, and I didn't mean to like make anybody mad, but like I'm gonna remove the political comments, man.